the Asian Championships last year. On the very first day, I swam 5 times. I swam the finals slower than the heats, about 0.04. I still won a medal, but finished the race and I couldn't do anything. I was just lying down on the linen rope and I'm just dead. I didn't even realize that he's done it. Like, I was so tired at that point. There's a 15-meter mark on either side of the pool, and once we dive in, we're only allowed to go 15 meters of underwater. If our head doesn't come out of the surface before that, it's a disqualification. Every time I go to race, I panic that I might get disqualified like that. One of my biggest races, I broke out and I'm like, shit, did I just DQ myself? So I was like, I'm swimming the race and I'm thinking that I don't get challenged in India. It's been a good 8-9 years since anybody's been a challenge for me in this country. So every time I compete abroad, it's tough, but it's always a thrill because I like competing. I like being in a challenging race. I like pushing myself, and I get to do that only when I'm racing outside the country. So it's always fun.
He's from Bangalore. He's been to 2 Olympics. He holds 14 national records, and it all started because he was too hyper for his mom to handle. This is Srihari Nataraj. I'm Manan. This is Mike and Magic. Let's go. Hi Srihari, thank you for making time. So glad you're doing this.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're India's top swimmer. How do you handle the fame?
I've never really been asked that. I don't think too much about it. I enjoy the sport, and I've been in the sport for a very long time. Yeah, the fame comes with it, but it's just a part. It's just a part that comes out. I don't think too much about it. Obviously, we get a few perks with the fame, but yeah, it's not, I don't get too carried away with it.
And after the fame, how do you stay true to your values?
Like I said, it was never about. I didn't get into the sport for the fame or for the success. I enjoy the sport, and at the end of the day, I have some goals that I want to achieve. The fame is secondary; it's not even on my mind. The whole part of it is for me to have fun and accomplish the goals that I've been trying to accomplish for the past few years, and that's the only thing on my mind.
How is it swimming against the best swimmers in the world?
It's tough, and that's the easiest way I can put it. I don't get challenged in India. It's been a good 8-9 years since anybody's been a challenge for me in this country. So every time I compete abroad, it's tough, but it's always a thrill because I like competing. I like being in a challenging race. I like pushing myself, and I get to do that only when I'm racing outside the country. So it's always fun.
Have you had the chance to reflect on your achievements over the past 3 years?
Not that much. I think my friends, some of my close friends, who talk more about my accomplishments and being an Olympian more than I do. I haven't thought too much about it, but that's probably because the goals that I set out over the past 3-4 years, it's something I haven't achieved yet. So maybe that's probably why I don't think about them as much.
It's quite rare to hear about volleyball at a national level in India, and even rarer alongside to hear about Ranji cricket in the same family. Did you ever try volleyball like your mother or cricket like your father before choosing swimming?
No, I never really tried volleyball, but I definitely did try cricket. Not before swimming. I started swimming at the age of 2, so cricket was also a part of my childhood. I come from a family of cricketers, not just my dad, my uncles, my cousins, all of them play cricket at the Ranji level. So I love playing cricket. I play cricket a lot even now. But yeah, I never really got a chance to compete in it.
I think you were quite hyperactive growing up.
Yeah.
And I relate to that.
Yeah.
For me, swimming really calms my mind and helps me sleep well. Does swimming help you to manage your energy as well?
Now I have to find energy to come to the pool. But back in the day, I think it did help out a little bit. I think my mom put me into the water because I was too hyper and too mischievous around the pool. And I think what it did was it channeled my energy the right way. It didn't necessarily calm me down by any means, but I think I just spent my energy in a better direction than running around the pool. I swam up and down the pool instead of running around the pool.
I was curious to know if your brother's respiratory problems were solved after he started swimming. Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, that was really long ago. That was actually even before I started swimming. That was in the late 90s.
Hmm.
My brother was born in 1994. So he started swimming in 99 and I think he was okay within a year of it. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. He just had a mild asthma. And the doctor thought instead of taking medications, let him just start swimming and that would help as well. Yeah, it's all long gone now.
I read that you grew up watching some swimming legends train. As a young kid watching them, what are the small things you noticed that really stayed with you?
Consistency. There's two things that I try to be in practice. One is I try to be fast. Sometimes I'm in practice, I'm as fast as I am in a race, or sometimes faster. So I try to be fast in training, and I try to I try to do that as consistently as possible. So these are just two things that I keep in my mind.
What has been the most tiring experience for you out of all the competition that you have taken part in?
I'd say the Asian Championships last year in 2025, which was held in Ahmedabad. On the very first day, I swam 5 times. And I had 3 more days to go after that. And when I woke up on the second day morning, I was exhausted. Every part of my body was hurting. It became really tough for me. But I had a good meet and I pushed through. But by day three evening, I finished my individual race and I swam the finals slower than the heats by about 0.04. I still won a medal, but I finished the race and I couldn't do anything. I was just lying down on the linen rope, and there's a photo of one of my teammates, Akash. He's from a different pool, but we were representing the Indian team at the point. He swam in the lane next to me, and he comes over and he puts his hand around me, and I'm just dead. I didn't even realize that he's done it. Like I was so tired at that point.
Do you share your experience after the races with your coach?
Yeah, all the time. The first thing that we do is we call our coaches after the race, or we go to him and we speak to him, and then we have a we just nothing much immediately, just small points, and then we finish our cool down and finish the tournament, and then we sit down and discuss in detail.
What do you hope to get from your trainings every session?
I'm trying to beat trying to beat me from my previous session. That's it.
What areas have you worked on over the last 18 months?
Yeah, I get asked this question a lot. The best way to put it is, I'll give you a cricket example. You don't see a batsman going to the pitch or the nets and practicing only how to play a straight drive. See him practicing everything else. And a batsman will still occasionally, sometimes just throw around in the nets like bowl around in the nets. So the same thing with swimming. I don't just focus on one part or or 2 points, 2 parts of my race. I try to look at it I break it down into a lot of small things, and I look at every bit of it, and I try to get better in each one of them. And then when you put them all together, you get a whole race better.
What is your relationship with your competitors? Have they ever shared feedbacks with you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Some of my best friends are my competitors, or were my competitors. My best friend and I think we had a good rivalry for about 9 years, and then he quit swimming. He's in the US now. We always, spoke about swimming with each other. How are things going? What can we do? What are we doing? And it's never been like you're my competitor, so I'm not going to share anything with you. There's very few of them, but with those few, it's like really open.
And when do you get DQ'd in a swimming national race or international race? Just curious about the rules.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ways to get DQ'd. One, you can do a false start, which is you start before the buzzer. They say take your mark, and then we have to wait for the buzzer. Even if you move on the block like you're like that and you do this, it's a DQ. So that's one. And then there's a 15-meter mark on either side of the pool. And once we dive in, we're only allowed to go 15 meters of underwater. And if our head doesn't come out of the surface before that, it's a disqualification. And a lot of swimmers get disqualified like that. Every time I go to race, I panic that I might get disqualified like that because I have good underwaters and it's my advantage. So I push it as much as I can and I try to come out at 15 meters or 14.5. And every time I panic, I'm like, am I disqualified? Am I disqualified? One of my biggest races, I broke out and I'm like, shit, did I just DQ myself? So I was like, I'm swimming the race and I'm thinking that. But luckily it was just the semi-finals. And I didn't DQ myself and I made it to the finals. Yeah.
You've been swimming since you were 2.5 to 3 years old. What adjustments did you make?
I don't remember much from back then. But I think I was put into the sport to channel my energy the right way, and then I was also, it was just another way to experience another sport and learn, have an opportunity to learn everything possible. But I didn't have to make too many adjustments at that age. Growing up, obviously, we had to change few things in the way I live, the way I eat, and certain things I had to I had to get permission from school. I had to eat a certain way. I had to live a certain way. So those are small adjustments that I had to make over time, but not as a young kid.
So I enjoy swimming, and once I'm in, it's fine. But the initial hard part is getting in the cold water. You told me that you enjoy cold.
I love it. Yeah.
What do you tell yourself?
I like it. Like for me, getting into the water has never been a hard part. I just dive in and I start swimming. The colder it is, it's obviously not a good thing if it's too cold, but I'd prefer the water to be cold than for it to be warm.
And how do you train your mind to push yourself in the first moment of discomfort?
During a race, you mean?
Yeah.
At that point, it's, I'm in the sport to win, or I'm in that tournament and I'm trying my best to perform, whether it's to win or whether it's to perform my best or get a personal best or a record, whatever it is. I have those goals and I've trained so many months for it or so many years for it. So at that point where my body is like really hurting and it's burning and I'm struggling to finish my race, I'm like just, like I don't think too much about that during the race, but it's automatic. But it automatically knows that it's just another 10 meters or 15 meters and this is all. It's just another 5 seconds. So it's it's not as simple as I'm explaining it, but because I've been doing this for so long, my brain's usually does its own thing in the pool, and I don't think too much. And what I do a lot during swimming is I count my strokes. So during the entire race, most of the time, the only thing I'm thinking is how many strokes I'm counting.
Backstroke requires swimming blind. How do you maintain a straight line? When I'm doing backstroke, I'm unable to maintain a straight line. I just go right to left.
Yeah, that's a problem a lot of people have. Even the top swimmers, we don't generally move directions, but we do go to the side sometimes. So that's why I prefer swimming backstroke in an indoor pool, and it's a lot easier because then I set a guide on the roof and I just stick to it. But outdoor, I'm not used to it basically. But then there are things you can do, like keep your head steady and just rotate equally on both sides, and then you just try and go as straight as you can. And then if it's a cloudy sky, then you might be able to pinpoint and swim. It's still a little tough, but if it's a clear sky like how it is right now, it'd be tough even for me. So it's a tough task.
What about flip turn? Is there a strategy?
Yeah, of course. Turns are extremely critical, especially with the way I swim my races. The one thing all the coaches keep telling is don't slow down before the turns. But then the one thing all swimmers keep doing is slowing down before the turns, especially the up and coming ones. I think it's probably because they think they might hit the wall or they're too tired. There's a lot of reasons. But the best way to approach your turns is to increase your speed or maintain your speed going into a turn. And your turn needs to happen in a way where you don't stop and do the flip turn, but your flip turn is one motion with your swim and you continue that momentum into the next lap. It's a skill that even some of us, the top swimmers in the country, haven't mastered yet. But it does definitely make a difference once you do it properly.
So quick rapid fire.
Yeah.
What record are you most proud of in your debut? What record are you most proud of up to date?
Probably the 100 backstroke.
Do you have any daily nutritional musts?
Coffee.
Can you eat before you get into the pool?
Yep.
What are some of your most comfortable swimming gears like goggles and caps?
I use Arena Cobra Core as goggles, and caps I'm pretty comfortable with anything that fits my head. I have a lot of hair, so I need the bigger size one. Yeah.
What is your favorite memory in the pool?
Qualifying for the Olympics, my first Olympics, or the 200-meter freestyle in the Junior Nationals in 2018. It was my last Junior Nationals, and I swam it with two of my best friends, Sanjay and Neen, and that was a good race amongst the three of us.
Short versus long course for the
Long course, any day.
one song you love playing on the keyboard?
I like playing the Kung Fu Panda team on the keyboard. It's one of the first ones I learned, and it's fun to play.
Cold water, cold desert, which is harder to resist.
Cold desert.
What has been the highlight for you over the last year?
The last year, I had a good World University Games and a good Asian Championships.
What does it feel like to be an Olympian?
Amazing.
What's your top tips for recovery?
Sleep.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
So this man has 14 national records, 2 Olympics and 7 medals at the Asian Championships. Subscribe to Mike and Magic, and remember, the next time your mom drops you at some random class just to get rid of you, you might end up at Olympics.